Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guy. Thanks very much for joining me today. As you can see here, I have a review of Spectrum Noir's new markers called the Tri-Blend. I've done quite a lot of reviews on Spectrum Noir products. I've done their Aqua Blend coloured pencils, their Colour Blend coloured pencils as well. They have an extensive line of markers. They've got the graphic, the illustrated, then they've got the aqua markers, the colorista markers. They have a really huge selection of markers, and they also have their first set of markers, which I believe is just referred to as the color system. They've now brought out this set, this Tri-Blend set. Now, when I first heard about it, when I first seen it, I thought that it was a marker with three different nibs, a brush nib, a bullet nib, and a chisel nib. But I was totally wrong, and I'm going to show you what these pens are now. And I personally, there's one thing that Spectrum Noir and / Crafter's Companion can never ever be accused of, and that is resting on their laurels. The amount of new products that this company comes out with, they're always trying to come out with new innovative products, things that are going to help their customers. Is just unbelievable. So anyway, let's get right into the review. Now, first of all, this is the largest set that they have. It's a 24 set, but as you can see here on the top here, it's not actually three different types of nibs like I originally thought it was, which doesn't really make sense in any case. It's three colors in one marker. So there is another set of markers on the market kind of like that, but in my own personal experience of those markers and this new Tri-Blend, I think this set is definitely better. It's certainly quicker and a lot less hassle, but I'll get into the review and I'll show you. So this is the pen. If we have a look at that against, say, one of their graphic markers, it gives you a rough idea of the size. You can see there the overall size of the marker. Each individual marker that's in this box, this 24 set, comes kind of wrapped in this polythene paper, which I'm not too sure if it's necessary, but it's probably just to make sure that all the pens are unopened and there's no problems or issues with them or anything like that. So just let me open this. Okay, so as you can see here, we'll just take a look at the actual barrel of the pen, and we'll go through what's on the pen. On either side of the nibs, it gives you the color. This is Citrus Blend, so it just says Citrus Blend on both sides. If you look at the barrel, it says light, medium, and dark. I'll have some images popping up here on the screen, and you'll be able to see what I'm referring to. You can see here the color change from light, mid to dark. You'll be able to see it better in other colors. This is a light color that I'm showing you, and then it says here Tri-Blend by Spectrum Noir, Citrus Blend, CT1, CT2, and CT3, which is the numbers for the individual colors, the pigments. So if we open the box, you can see there's pens below this as well, but this is basically how they come. They all come in that packaging that I just showed you, but you can see there the difference in the colors all the way across the pens. I think maybe this one here is a better one to show you. Okay, so if we open the pen up, so you've got, this is the light nib. The nibs themselves are like bullet tip. They're not brush tip. So you've got the light. So if you were going to, I'll show you in a second how to use these pens as well, because when I first used it, I was kind of, I took all three parts off. So that's the light, the mid, and then the dark. So laying out the pen, it looks like this. Okay, now when I first started the blend, I had the pens opened up like this, and I got, as you can see here, I got mark on my hand. But that's not the right way to use them, and it does become very simple and intuitive. Like it becomes a very quick and fast way of using them if you keep the pen together. So before I actually go through this demonstration and show you how to use the pens, I just want to talk a little bit about them. I think these pens are absolutely amazing for artists looking to get into alcohol-based markers, that type of thing, where you do a lot of blending. With this set, so it's 24 pens, but it's 72 individual colours, which is quite a lot. I'll have all the prices over on the Art Gear Guide, like I always do. I don't discuss the prices on the videos because they change, so it's best just to do it over there in the written review where I can change it easier. But they're very well priced. The pens also come individually, so you can purchase them open stock. But these pens are excellent for people that are just getting into markers and they're learning how to blend and things like that. All three colours are there. Your lights, your mids and your darks, they're all in one pen. There's no need to try and, match up different colours, that types of thing, in order to get a nice gradient blend. And with all of these pens, I've tested them all. They all give a beautiful blend. Some of them, it's very, very subtle, but you'll see that in a second. Okay, so this is all 24 pens, but 72 colours. So as you can see here, along the top line is the light, the medium, the dark, and then I've done a little blend of each pen. So you can definitely tell the gradient. It's really simple. Like I said, some of them are a lot less prominent than others. For example, this pale pink here, perhaps maybe this one as well, which, I forgot to write down the name of that one. I think that's just light flesh, light peach. But the colour range that you're given here is a really nice colour range, and maybe I personally perhaps would have liked to have seen maybe one or two more greys. Perhaps one that blended into like a black, I don't know, like a warm grey, a darker warm grey, and then into black or something like that, or a cool grey, whatever. But the selection that you have is a really beautiful, bright and vibrant selection. There's the colours are not too wildly bright. There are really nice light colours here. So if you're doing portraiture and stuff like that for some like manga artists, that type of thing, these pens are going to be great for you. You can see here, over here, I've done kind of like just a circle, and I've used the dark red. You can see there, this is on Bristol smooth paper that I've used, but you can see here the blending that you can get. So let's show you how to use the pens. I'm just going to use this dark red again. So you can either start with the light or the dark. It's entirely up to yourself how you do it. They recommend, as do a lot of people, if you're going to do something like a sphere, right? Colour the whole thing with your light. Okay, so I'll do it the way it's recommended. So I'm going to do one long line of the light. Now the only concern I have about these pens, and I'm not going to know anything about it until I've had them, for a period of time and use them is how long the ink is going to last, because obviously you can see here the barrels are quite short, so it's only going to hold a certain amount of ink. So that would be my only concern, and like I say, I'm not really going to know that. So I've done a layer of light, so I just flip the pen over, take out the dark, and then start at the bottom, work my way up. You can still do the, although it's not a brush nib or anything like that, you can still do this this flick effect, and all that's doing is it's putting down a darker layer at the bottom, and as you're lifting the pen off, it's slightly thinner, allowing you to blend it easier. Then what you do is you come in with the mid and you blend it in. And then go back over it with the light as well, come down from the light. Okay, you can see there clearly, let me just zoom in for you. You can see there, and that's just, I've just done that relatively quick, but you can see clearly that there's a really gentle gradient, and that's what you're looking for. Whenever it comes to blending markers, you're looking for a relatively gentle gradient. You don't want anything too harsh or anything like that. For the most part, most of the things that you do, you'll want a gentle gradient. Now, I am doing some artwork with these pens, and I will put that video up. I'll do like a speed drawing and my usual stuff, but I haven't done it just yet. We're having our kitchen done starting on Monday. This is the 18th of March that it starts on. So I'm not really going to have access to a lot of things for that week while the kitchen's being done. We're having a new kitchen fitted. But so I really wanted to get the review up. The artwork I can put up at the end of the week, demonstrating the pens. But for now, I really wanted to get these this review out and to you, because I think they're great. I really do. I've been playing about with them since I got them. Spectrum Noir kindly sent them out to me, and you know, I really enjoyed using the graphic markers and the Illustrator markers as well. Out of those two, the Illustrator and the graphic were always kind of like my favorite. I preferred the nibs in the graphic as well, but I think these pens are excellent. Now, some people might say that they would have preferred a brush tip rather than these little bullet tips, but at the end of the day, that's down to a personal preference. I can understand why people, there must have been a reason why they didn't use these brush nibs, because they've got brush nibs in the Illustrators, so it might have something to do with the type of ink or the way that the pen is. If they had put down brush nibs, it might have meant making the pens bigger. I don't know, but the way the pen is and the nibs that the pen come, you can clearly see there that it's not hindering anybody doing a gradient or anything like that. The blending of the ink that is being used in the pens is beautiful. It's very, very easy to blend with, providing you're using the right paper. Don't forget, paper is paramount whenever it comes down to blending markers. With regards to light fast, there is no light fastness really for alcohol-based markers or ink-based markers, anything like that. There's only one brand that I'm aware of that has light fast ratings. Other than that, the rest of the markers, they are what they are. So that's my review for the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend. I think they're a great pen. I think they're a lot of fun. I think for artists that are wanting to get into alcohol markers, they're wanting to use them in their work, I think this is a great pen. It's going to help people so get into that gradient and learning how to do the blending, it's going to be so easy for them. So, you know, they're not going to be rifling through all those colours. I also think as well, like I said at the beginning of the video, Spectrum Noir are a fantastic company when it comes to bringing out all these new products that they're coming up with. They're forever trying to innovate, trying to get new products out to their customers, trying to make sure that their customers have everything they want. And in the 2.5 odd years that I've been doing these reviews, Spectrum Noir have really come out with a hell of a lot new products, and long may it continue, because as far as I'm concerned, the products that I've reviewed from Spectrum Noir have always been really good quality, and their prices as well are really competitive, really well priced markers. And finally, my only gripe, like I said, is I'm not 100% sure how long the ink is going to last. So I will keep an eye on that, I will test that, and I will update my written review if, say, the marker only lasts, you know, one drawn or something like that, where there's just a substantial amount of ink being used in it, or if it lasts beyond that, then I'll write it down and I'll let you know. Obviously, if it's not going to last very long, then it's not going to be great, but again, that's something I'm going to have to just wait for and use, and I'll get back to you on. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this review. I'll have links over in my written review and down in the description as well if you want to go and take a closer look at these pens, if you want to buy them yourself or anything like that. As well as this 24 set, they also have kind of like a bag, like a canvas bag, carry bag thing that comes with them as well. You can purchase that filled with the 24 markers on their website. Like I say, I'll have links for that. You can go across and take a look at those different things yourself. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching the review, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Bye.